What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the modern music industry. My name is Kev Rowe. I'm a working singer-songwriter, and I'm a playlist curator on Submit Hub. And just recently, I went over 20,000 submissions reviewed on Submit Hub. A lot of songs in a short period of time. So, also, as a working musician, I have over 150 songs on Spotify. I've done over 2,000 shows all over the country, the US, and I've released 10 albums. But back to you. 20,000 songs reviewed. That's a lot of songs in a short period of time. So, because of that unique position and unique experience, combined with my experience as a traveling and recording artist, I feel like I've got a unique insight onto what the modern music industry is like right now and how I can help you navigate the music industry no matter what genre of music you are in. So, mostly, my music lives in the Americana folk country genres, but this doesn't matter. This is a wide video for anybody who's making music in the world today. If you're touring as a touring artist or a recording artist or a home studio producer or a beat maker or a Nashville producer, a content creator, a TikTok songwriter, a jingle out, this video is for you and will help you. And by the end of this video, I'm going to give you 3 solid tips. I probably should have said this earlier. 3 solid tips on how you can navigate the modern music industry right now. So, as you can imagine, it is competitive out here. There are a lot more people trying to be working musicians in conjunction with the opportunity that does exist. There's more opportunities to become a working musician today more than ever before because of the low cost of production and the low cost of distribution and social media and all that. And this video is really not about that. It's about my experience as a curator. So every day I log into Submit Hub and listen to a lot of songs fast. And I get first impressions of artists and their material and how it feels to me and how it resonates with me as a listener. And this competitive atmosphere makes me think everybody sounds the same. Like all these artists out here are so vanilla and so like nobody has anything to say. I hate to be so brutal, but there are a lot of really poor, there's a lot of poor music being made right now. It's unfinished, it's unmixed, it's unmastered. It's being mixed and mastered by AI apps and everybody's trying to cheat the system to get their music out there as quick as possible and as much as possible. And there's just a lot of garbage music out there. I'm sorry, it's true. I mean, there's a lot of great music too, but you got to sift through all the garbage to hear it. Anyway, this is starting to feel depressing. I don't want this to be a down and out video about the modern music industry. There is a lot of opportunity out there and you can still make great music. These are my 3 tips. Let's start with number 1. Be unique. I can't stress this enough. And it's not in the ways that you're probably thinking. Your branding, your image, your visual representation. What do I feel when I see your album cover? What do I feel when I listen to your music? Those 2 things are directly related. Your visual image and how I feel when I listen to your music. You have to be unique. Within the first couple seconds of turning on your song, my ears need to perk up and go, what's this all about? What is this I'm listening to? Because that's the amount of time that you have on social media to make a first impression. You have to be unique. Wear a hat, put on glasses, wear pink wig, wear a rainbow sweater, do something visually that nobody else is doing. That will give you an edge right away. And this is not a social media tips video. This is to help people notice your music. So let's get straight to the music. Be unique. Focus on your very, very best qualities. Whatever you can do that nobody else can do musically, you need to focus on that and shine a big bright light on that one factor. And it doesn't mean you have to play 116th notes on the guitar or be this vocalist who can hit every register, can sing in like 4 different registers. And it doesn't mean you have to be a heroic instrumentalist or vocalist. It can mean you have interesting lyrics, or you're a great soft singer, like you sing really well and people want to lean into what you're saying. Or it can mean that you really love to hit the drums hard. Whatever your thing is, you need to put that out in front of people within the first 3 seconds. You gotta be unique in every single way. So number 2, which is immediately following be unique, is tell your story. I want to know what your story is as an artist, and it's got to be compelling. It's got to be interesting, and it's got to pique my curiosity factors. As soon as I see your album cover on Submit Hub or listen to your music on social media, I should be asking one question, and that is, who is this guy? What is he doing? And what's his story? What's the story behind this artist? Because if you can get all of your listeners to be asking that question, they're going to go find more of your content, find more of your music, and dive into your work. So I can't stress that enough. Be unique and tell your story. And the story needs to be everywhere. It needs to be in the graphic design, the album cover artwork, the first 3 seconds of your song. That's right. I need to get a quick glimpse into what your story is, or pique my curiosity factors within 3 seconds. That's right. It's competitive. It's very difficult, and very few people can actually do that. That's why some people win and some people lose, because they're great at telling this story. Here's another really important thing. Make it up. You don't have to tell a true story. I'm not saying you have to have the most unbelievable background of touring for 25 years, or you met Clive Davis and they got you with Quincy Jones and recorded you on the best microphones in the world. No. Make up your story. This is the music business. Like, use your imagination. Nobody said this had to be true. Rappers have been doing it for years. Not only that, Bob Dylan made up his story, but by the time he was like 20 years old and living in New York City, like, folklore. You need to make up an interesting story if you don't already have one. Now, is it better to have a real interesting story, one that you've lived? That's debatable. Depends on how good the story is. Like, it also depends on the genre of music you're in, on whether or not people are going to believe that story. But that you can navigate those waters on your own. Somehow you have to tell a story that piques people's curiosity, and they go, yes, I want to dive in deeper with this artist. I'm down with these. This guy feels real to me. And even if it's a fake story, they need to buy into it in some way. The last thing, so number 3, the third biggest tip that I can give you after listening to 20,000 submissions on Submit Hub is format matters. Basically, your songs are too long. Shorter. Like, I can't tell you how many times I go into Submit Hub, dial up a song, and have to wait 36 seconds before a vocal shows up. It's so frustrating. I'm like, dude, 36 seconds. Do you know how long that is in today's world? Like, nobody waits 36 seconds. The only people who are going to wait 36 seconds to listen to your music are your girlfriend and your mom. Maybe. And because they're doing you a big favor. Like, format matters. Now, this is actually a more complicated issue than just the length of songs. What chords you're using, what range you're singing, the production value of your material, how often you're releasing. Format is in all of these things, and they all matter. But in general, everything that I hear on Submit Hub is too long. It needs better editing. And the people who are really great at editing are usually producers who have been in the studio for, 35 years and know how to make great broadcast quality audio and songs because they have so much experience. So if you need experienced people editing your work, you need to go find them in your genre. Like, there are great producers who have spent that much time who can elevate your music to the next level. And right now, they're going to be putting that vocal within the first 7 or 8 seconds, maybe 3 or 4, so that I can hear your voice, hear your story, and start to see what you're all about. So yeah, let's recap. Oh, and then of course all the social media concerns. Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Stories, Facebook Reels. A lot of the music we're sharing and distributing, you get to the vocal within the first couple seconds. So, because people are used to that, that carries over into the Spotify environment and the DSPs. They're used to getting vocals sooner. Just wanted to point that out. So the 3 things that I've learned listening to 20,000 submissions on Submit Hub as a playlist curator are: be unique, because there's incredible competition out here. I mean, so many artists. Tell your story. If you have a compelling story, you're going to stick out and I'm going to remember you. Your listeners will remember you and they'll go, dude, I'm buying into this guy for the journey. Like, I'm so resonating with the story here. What's going to happen next? They always need to be leaning forward and going, who's this guy? What is he doing? And what's going to happen next? If you can get people going, what's going to happen next? You've got them. And 3, format matters. Like, maybe format will change and long songs will come into play here in the next, 2 or 3 years because of AI all of a sudden. Or because the platforms change and long songs are back in again. Great. That's when you want your long intros and all of a sudden Freebird's back on the radio. But until that time, right now, on Submit Hub and in the social media environment, short songs, I'm not saying they have to be like superficial, trivial songs. I believe it's a great challenge to say to yourself, I want to make something super deep, super meaningful, impactful, and short. That's a real challenge. So yeah, dude, try that one. That's about all I got. If you want to submit your music to me as a playlist curator on Submit Hub, just go over there, look for my channel. It's called Americana Country by singer-songwriter Kev Rowe, and I will be reviewing your work in the next 10 minutes. So I'll meet you over there. See you later. Bye. Hey, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'm making all this content. I would love to see you in the next video. Bye.